This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
This is probably not what you want to see if you are waiting for help. A fire truck with the siren blaring brought to a complete stop as it goes through a roundabout. This video was posted on social media with concern that the infrastructure is making it difficult for first responders. Working for you, RTV6's Graham Hunter reports from Rangeline Road and Executive Drive after taking those concerns straight to the fire department.
You can actually see some of the effects of what was captured on camera here in Carmel. We're shooting this at rush hour. Conditions are pretty backed up right now. Traffic is moving pretty slow. It has some folks concerned about what happens if an emergency vehicle needs to get through.
I see a truck that is obviously having to wait for traffic.
There's no disputing that fact. Tim Griffin with the Carmel Fire Department says it happens.
So that's something that we've always had to do during rush hour or construction situations.
Southbound Rangeline is one lane at Executive, and the roundabout, normally 2 lanes, is also 1 lane due to construction. Griffin says the Carmel Fire Department works with the city's engineering department to account for those changes around town.
We will plan accordingly in the direction we go to a run and or even change the way that the run cards come out to make sure that the fastest piece of equipment will get there.
Griffin says in 16 years as a firefighter, crashes have gotten less dangerous since Carmel started installing roundabouts.
And we've seen such a decrease in the amount of major incidents due to the roundabouts.
The reason, Griffin says, is a change in impact angles.
With roundabouts, it takes out that side impact. People have to slow.
And he says run times around town have gotten faster, but acknowledges narrow roads and roundabouts can be confusing for drivers when there's a rescue vehicle trying to get through.
The big thing is remain calm. You know, we understand that you have nowhere to go and traffic just to continue to flow as it can.
Griffin wants people to remember to keep their radios turned down so they can hear first responders coming and to move over when they have enough space to do so. And if a fire truck comes up behind you in a roundabout,
don't stop in the roundabout. Just continue either through the roundabout and then stop, or just continue to that circle. That way you're out of the way and you're not in the roundabout stopped.
Working for you in Carmel, Graham Hunter, RTV6.
Thanks, Graham. And Griffin says in spite of the slowdown seen in that video, responding units were able to make it to the call in 6 minutes or less. That's the standard time the fire department uses to get on scene. The call was for an alarm and all the units were called off. If you want to raise awareness about safety concerns in your community or need help getting answers, contact us at workingforyou@rtv6.com. It is another beautiful summer night. Temperatures are in the 70s right now, but falling. Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory is here with your forecast. Hey, Kevin.
We're headed back into the 50s again. Many spots this morning in the 50s, down to 53 in Lafayette. There have been a few showers, very light sprinkles, especially in the western portion of the state. Those continue to push away from central Indiana, so nothing more than a sprinkle next hour or two. Temperature 67 in Bloomington, mid-60s in Lafayette, 66 in Peru. In other words, it's comfortable everywhere. It will stay that way, not just into tomorrow morning. We'll do this again as we get to Thursday morning. Then we'll start to inch up temperatures a bit. 62, your Friday morning temperature. By tomorrow at noon, with lots of sunshine, low humidity, and a nice north breeze, temperature in mid-70s, 81 the afternoon high for tomorrow. When does this great run of weather end? We'll talk about that coming up.
Working for you, RTV6 is helping you navigate major changes coming to busy Indianapolis roads once the red line is up and running. You'll see several new things in traffic thanks to Indigo's rapid transit route, like a traffic lane painted red, lanes that are 2 colors, red and black, and buses driving the opposite way on a one-way street. You will also need to get used to new crosswalks for bus passengers. Many buses will stop in the center of the street. Indigo is providing resources to help drivers prepare.
We have provided tools online. Really, we're encouraging everyone as best they can to take a look at those videos and also just get out and take a walk. See what those pavement markings look like. The signage, the writing on the road helps indicate what that's going to mean.
The red line launches in about 6 weeks. For more detailed information about these changes, go to the RTV6 app. Crews hope to restore power in 3 to 5 days at a public housing complex in Muncie. They're working in 12-hour shifts to make the repairs as quickly as possible. Many tenants have not had electricity or air conditioning for more than 2 weeks. RTV6 has been following this situation for days. We told you last night at 11 the Red Cross is providing cots in a downstairs cooling location, and people have been offered a new place to stay.
I don't remember the rope snapping. I just remember 1 minute I'm climbing down this rope trail, and then the next minute I'm sitting with a pile. Sorry, I'm going to get a little graphic, but sitting with a pile of bloody vomit around me.
A newlywed couple from Crawfordsville plans to return to Indiana tomorrow after the husband almost died on their honeymoon. We first told you last night at 11 Clay Chastain suffered severe injuries after falling while exploring a volcano. Since our story aired, the couple has raised almost $36,000 on GoFundMe. The money will pay for their travel, and because of Clay's injuries, he cannot take a commercial flight home and needs an air ambulance. A 17-year-old boy faces attempted murder and kidnapping charges after police say he attacked a 13-year-old girl on the IU campus. Dongwoo Ko is charged as an adult. Investigators say he slashed and choked the young girl in Merrill Hall on July 12th. Officers arrested Ko at his home in Bloomington. Police say he knew the girl. The motive behind the attack is unclear. And police are still searching for the driver of this vehicle 3 years after a deadly hit and run on the northwest side of Indianapolis. Crime Stoppers re-released information about the case this morning. Investigators believe an SUV turned in front of a motorcycle near Georgetown Road and 59th Street on July 25th of 2016. 37-year-old Michael Forey died in the crash. And here's a clear picture of that vehicle that looks like the one involved in the hit and run. It is described as a green Ford Freestyle, model years between 2005 and 2007. If you have information, you can call Crime Stoppers anonymously at 317-262-TIPS. A second child has died nearly 1 week after falling into a pond in Boone County. And today the sheriff's office confirmed the death of the 3-year-old girl. They say she was in the care of foster parents at the time. The couple's 5-year-old biological daughter also fell in the water and died last Wednesday. Investigators are calling this a tragic accident. A group from Chicago is taking lessons learned from Indianapolis back to the Windy City. Today, community activists, law enforcement, and members of the clergy met with the 10-Point Coalition. Members of the Chicago group say 10 Point's personal approach to preventing violence is key.
Well, this gives us a lot more confidence that it's not just this idea of, oh, somebody cares about this kid. These are people that are going to actually see a young person, welcome them into neighborhood areas, stores, schools, kind of say, hey, if I see that you're in need, we don't want to lose you. We don't want to lose you to prison. We don't want to lose you to an early grave.
Indianapolis is the national training site for all cities interested in learning about how 10 Point operates.
Where is the rest of Indianapolis? Where is the mayor? Where are elected officials?
Indianapolis leaders are answering that teacher's cries for help. Yesterday, Jennifer Nagel shared concerns about growing violence with RTV6. Now, 2 of her students at Phelan Leadership Academy were recently shot. The Community Violence Reduction Director shared some of the specific actions the city is taking to protect young people. That includes hiring 2 new peacemakers, expanding the city's Safe Summer program, which offers fun and safe activities, and team members spend every day in neighborhoods. And you can read that full statement by clicking on this story in the IndyChannel.com or on the RTV6 app. The Indiana Attorney General is cracking down on people who sell cars without a dealer license. The Attorney General obtained a judgment back in March against Keith Williams, banning him from advertising or selling cars. The AG says Williams advertised at least 15 cars on Facebook and stored and sold cars at Brakes and Oil, a repair shop owned by Williams. RTV6 was unable to reach Williams for comment. The Attorney General filed a lawsuit on July 19th accusing Williams of violating the Indiana Deceptive Consumer Sales Act by selling and advertising cars without the proper license. Right now, Indianapolis City County councilors are saying no deal to a proposed apartment complex downtown. A Denver-based developer wants to build a new apartment at 421 North Penn. Now, the company is requesting nearly $10 million in tax revenue over 25 years. In exchange, it offered 20% of units for housing at a reduced rate. Last night, a council committee split the vote at 5-5. The proposal could be reconsidered next month, but it appears unlikely. The former site of the GM stamping plant will eventually be home to apartments, restaurants, retail, and more. New tonight, developers invited the community to visit the 103-acre lot on the southwest side of Indianapolis. The future development is called Waterside. Construction has not started yet. Representatives say many neighbors are already excited about the project.
We just heard from a resident a few minutes ago who rode her bike over here. She lives at Harding and Oliver, and she said, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that somebody's finally doing something with that old site, finally doing something with that old plant.
The developer says phase 1 of the project includes basic infrastructure work like new streets and sidewalks. The countdown is on. Colts Camp starts in 2 days, and for the second year will be held at Grand Park in Westfield. Most practices will be in the mornings and afternoons. Hundreds of volunteers are busy getting things ready for fans.
Being able to be around so many people who love the Colts and also get to welcome them to Westfield. Maybe they haven't been here before.
This camp means a lot to this community. It just showcases our campus, but it showcases our entire city. So I think it's really important. It just brings the community together.
Brad Brown will have more from Westfield a little later in sports, including what's on the camp calendar.
Having former interns talk about how internships were important to them in getting their careers and really just highlighting the power of an internship in Indiana.
Tonight, Hiring Hoosiers highlights an upcoming celebration of interns and a company connecting students to future careers. And next, police want to know if you recognize a man wanted in connection to a violent crime on a central Indiana trail. You're watching RTV6 News at 11.
Sunday at Ashley Home Store. This is home. This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
Clear surveillance video shows a person police want to talk to in connection to a sexual assault in West Lafayette. Now investigators want to know if you recognize him. A woman says the attack happened around 11:45 Saturday morning on the Wabash Heritage Trail system near the wastewater treatment plant. You can report information by calling West Lafayette Police or National Tip Hotline at 1-800-78-CRIME. An international search is underway at this hour for these two teenagers. Police say the teens who were part of a missing persons investigation are now suspects in 3 deaths, including the murders of a young couple in Canada. Mina Puga has the latest on that investigation.
A stunning twist in the investigation of the young couple gunned down by their van in remote British Columbia and a separate but related mysterious death. Police now say 2 teens whose torched camper was found near the unidentified burned body are not missing but now wanted as suspects by police.
We're now considering Cam McLeod and Briar Schmigelski as suspects in the Dees Lake suspicious death and the double homicide of Lucas Fowler and China Dees.
Tonight, the urgent manhunt. Canadian police say the 2 were last spotted just yesterday in Saskatchewan driving a gray Toyota RAV4. Authorities say they don't know if the suspects have criminal records and are in touch with their families for help in finding them.
If you have information about Cam or Briar's whereabouts, to please take no action and call 911.
Police warn the public not to approach them if they're spotted.
This homicide investigation has advanced to the state that we're here today extremely quickly.
The medical examiner is still trying to identify the mystery victim. And that young couple, an American woman and her Australian boyfriend, seen in this surveillance video gassing up just a day before they were found murdered. Their bodies reportedly found in a ditch, arranged almost identically. Police are urging people to be vigilant, asking them to stay in populated campgrounds and establish check-in times with family. In Los Angeles, Romina Puga, ABC News.
All eyes will be on Capitol Hill in the morning when Robert Mueller testifies. The former special counsel will go before 2 congressional committees. He is expected to talk about his investigation into Russian meddling in the 2016 election. ABC News will have live coverage. And former longtime Indiana Senator Richard Lugar will be laid to rest tomorrow in a private ceremony at Arlington National Cemetery. Lugar died in April at the age of 87. The Indianapolis native served as mayor of the city before representing Indiana in the Senate from 1977 to 2013. And we do want to update you on a story we just brought you a few minutes ago. The owner of a repair shop accused of selling cars without a dealer license has issued a statement. Keith Williams tells RTV6, quote, Brakes and Oil has the best auto labor prices in the city. Brakes and Oil does not sell vehicles. Brakes and Oil has never advertised any vehicles, end quote. The Attorney General filed a lawsuit on July 19th accusing Williams of violating the Indiana Deceptive Consumer Sales Act by selling and advertising cars without the proper license. Highlighting the power of internships, that's the goal of Indiana Intern Day this week. The training, experience, and connections from internships often lead to careers. And tonight, Hiring Hoosiers shines a light on Indiana InternNet. It's a one-stop shop to look for internship opportunities. It has a searchable database, a matching system, and personal assistance with a hotline to answer questions. InternNet Executive Director Mike Slocum says part of the company's goal is to keep people in the Hoosier state.
Well, our primary job is to match as many students and employers as possible around the state, matching Indiana students with Indiana companies to be able to, what we hope is intern locally, so they'll be more likely to work locally when they graduate.
And Governor Eric Holcomb has designated Thursday Indiana Intern Day. Interns are invited to meet at the State House Market from 10:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. InternNet will also host a free networking and professional development session on Friday, August 2nd. The extravaganza goes from 8:30 to 11 o'clock a.m. at the State Fairgrounds. Living on the street is difficult any time of the year, and that's why IU Health and IMPD created Operation Summer Ready. Today, volunteers packed hundreds of special kits for people experiencing homelessness. They include sunscreen, lip balm, deodorant, soap, socks, and more. Organizers decided to do this after seeing how much Operation Winter Ready helps people. Police say the effort is about more than providing necessities to those in need.
Not everybody knows who we are with being the IMPD homeless unit, so they're a little reluctant to speak with us with being the police. With these kids, we can use them to go and speak with them and let them know that we're here to help them and not to discourage them. So they help our unit majorly just to get out there and to get known by them.
Members of IMPD's homeless unit and the Horizon Street outreach team will hand out the kits to people in need. Kevin.
What will the next 5 days all have in common? Dry conditions, lots of sunshine, low humidity, and temperatures that gradually warm as we head toward the weekend. As far as the bar set at about 85 for your average high, we'll get back close to 90 over the weekend, but with much lower humidity than what we've had recently. Temperature tomorrow, low 80s. We step it up a little bit, but noticeable by the end of the work week into the weekend. Right now, it's very comfortable. Another couple of mornings where temperatures will be in the 50s for overnight lows. We step it up a bit as we head to the weekend, and then early next week, low temperatures will be back around 70 degrees. Comfortable first thing in the morning. You'll need your sunglasses again through the day tomorrow. Lots of sunshine. Temperatures within a couple degrees of 80. In some cases, we'll be a little over the 80-degree mark. Others will miss it just by a little. But hang in there. By the end of the week, temperatures consistently back in the low to mid 80s. During the day on Thursday, a little bit warmer, still lots of sunshine, still enjoying low humidity. That makes all the difference in the world, and it's allowed these temperatures today, for example, to jump almost 30 degrees from morning low to afternoon high. We'll see quite a bit of movement on the thermometer. There are the temperatures around central Indiana and statewide during the day Thursday with that sunshine. Into the weekend we go. Still dry both Saturday and Sunday. The difference between the 2 days, maybe just a little warmer Sunday, but you'll notice a little more humidity. That will be an ingredient that will help build some thunderstorms early next week. We'll put the chance of rain at 40% for Monday and Tuesday. That's really the next chance that we see for showers and thunderstorms. Enjoy this stretch. We deserve it. Temperatures, they'll move from 59 during the overnight hours to 70 for low temperatures by early next week, and high temperatures eventually close to 90. I think Sunday's our peak day. They'll cool down a little bit next week, Monday and Tuesday, because of more cloud cover and the chance for thunderstorms. Almost in a state of perfection here.
It's pretty nice. I think everyone's liking the weather guy right now. All right, we're going to toss it over to Dave with a look at sports.
Guys, thanks. Coming up, a day closer to Colts camp. We'll look at the final touches up in Westfield and how Graham Rahal's efforts behind Turns for Troops turned into one of the most unique opportunities anyone could come across. 75 years after D-Day, Graham's D-Day symbol. In the news at 11 continues. Finishing touches, they're everywhere. Grant Park up in Westfield getting ready to host their second Colts camp. Veterans report tomorrow morning. We'll be there. First practice is at 2 Thursday afternoon. Perfect weather for those final touches as well today. Well, good evening to you. IndyCar heads to its third race in as many weeks. The Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course this time. The track Graham Rahal effectively grew up around. But the Columbus native has many interests, including one that produced a gift for Graham. In tonight's Sports Extra Spotlight. It's June 6th in France, the 75th anniversary of D-Day, as 1,000 paratroopers and civilian parachutists honor the fallen with the commemorative jump. Lieutenant Colonel Randall Hood is one of them on the mission, a 30-year member of the Air Force who took this picture on the Normandy beach to capture the moment. Back in the States, Graham Rahal's patriotism starts from the ground up, from his star-spangled driving shoes to his work with Turns for Troops. When out of the blue, he receives an email from Lieutenant Colonel Hood.
You know, email me in today. I've got this American flag that, I flew a C-130 on the celebration of D-Day in Normandy, and, I got this American flag that flew with us, and I wanted to give it to you. And he was just going to send it in the mail. I said, well, hold on, let's, I want to learn it. I want to hear about this.
Plus, you want to meet him.
Yeah, I wanted to meet him, and his dad came along.
The Lieutenant Colonel brings pictures from that day and so much more as he and his father, also a 30-year veteran, formally present the U.S. flag to Graham.
We just shared stories about his time, and he's flown in Afghanistan. He's been in Iraq. He's done it all. But I think he always paid attention to what was going on in racing, and obviously now with everything Turns for Troops does with United Rentals, that's pretty special for us.
Graham's push for Turns for Troops is full throttle, with his sponsor United Rentals donating $50 for every lap Graham completes this season to Soldier Strong, a program helping the lives of military veterans. Part of it, Graham and Courtney's annual golf outing, which this year raised a record $310,000.
My wife and I, through our foundation, we do a lot. We're very proud of it. We're going to continue to do more fundraising events in the future to try to give back. I feel like it's our job. People credit us and celebrate it. But at the end of the day, we're fortunate to do what we love, for a career, for a living. We're not out there fighting in gunfights and trying to stay alive, all while keeping everybody, thousands of miles away who don't even know your name safe. It's our job to give back and to try to help those people. But stuff like this is very unique.
The only thing that's a stretch is to think the support will end anytime soon. The next time he gears up and climbs into the cockpit, he'll be aiming to make sure his sponsor donates even more money, as the support, he hopes, has only begun to take off.
I felt honored to get it. We obviously love working with the military, trying to give back, trying to support the military, but this is pretty cool for me.
Quite a gesture, an unbelievable one, really, from Kentucky's Lieutenant Colonel Randall Hood. United Rentals is now in their 4th year of this program, donating $50 for every lap completed this season. And Graham currently standing at 1,370 laps completed. All told, a donation from United Rentals, now more than $580,000 to Soldier Strong. Just incredible. The news at 11 continues after this.
Kenyon Puppet.
With sunshine, low humidity, and comfortable temperatures, you've got to rate tomorrow close to a 10.
Look at that.
Just about like today. Next 3 days, temperatures gradually warmer. Thursday, still sunny. Friday as we push the upper 80s and roll into the weekend.
You're a tough critic, so to put it that high, I'm impressed. It's going to be a good one.
I grade easy sometimes.
All right, well, enjoy your Wednesday. Good night.